Playing with Fire by Rotem Erlich. It's late and dark. A cyclist has been hit by a car. He is lying on the ground with his damaged helmet next to him. His head is bleeding profusely. Two men emerge from a car and look down at the cyclist lying motionless with his eyes shut. "I've killed him! Oh, Jesus, he's dead!" "Are you sure? Maybe we should take him to hospital." "Am I sure? Did you see how fast I was going? He's dead!" "Look, let's take him to the hospital. It mightn't be too late." "No way. They'd ask too many questions and they'd call the cops." "So what are you going to do? Just leave him here?" "I value my license too much, buddy, and my freedom. Somebody will come past sooner or later and call 000. He's dead anyway. Come on, let's just get out of here, fast." The two figures run back to the car. Tyres screech as they speed away, leaving the cyclist alone on the road. But the cyclist is not dead. He begins to slowly open his eyes. A short time later, a female motorist comes along, jumping out of her car. She rushes over and leans down beside him. "Are you okay? Can you hear me?" "Yes, I can hear you." "What happened? Can you remember?" "I remember two men talking. I think they said I was dead." "Well, you're not dead, but you're bleeding a lot. It looks like you've been hit by a car. We need to get you to hospital right away. I'll call an ambulance. They'll take good care of you. Hang in there." 12 minutes later, an ambulance arrives. The paramedics employ first aid, bandaging his head to stem the bleeding. They tell him how lucky he was that the young woman saw him and stopped, how he could have passed away from loss of blood, how she'd saved his life. By now, he's feeling a bit better. They ask him what happened. "I was just riding along when I noticed a car coming from a side road on my left. It was coming really fast, but they had a stop sign, so I was sure they were going to brake because I had right of way. I must have blacked out for a while. Then the men who hit me were standing right beside me talking. I remember one of them kneeling down for a closer look and saying he'd killed me. I must have blacked out again. Next thing I remember is a woman's voice. She'd seen me and stopped. She called for the ambulance. The paramedics help the cyclist stand. The young woman pats his arm. "I'll leave you in their capable hands," says the young woman. "Good luck with your recovery." She starts heading back to her car. "I can't thank you enough," the cyclist calls after her. As the paramedics escort him back to the ambulance, he props and looks back. "Just a minute. I want to grab my helmet for a memento." As he reaches down to grab it, he spies a small black wallet nearby. It's not his. Something tells him to discreetly shove it into his jacket pocket. 4 hours later, after several scans and tests, he's released from hospital with 9 stitches in his head and, amazingly, no other injuries. They suggest he buys a lottery ticket. The next morning, he remembers the wallet and fishes it out of his jacket. Inside the wallet, he finds a driver's license with a man's name and address. Knowing it must belong to the man who'd knelt down beside him, the one who'd been driving and said he'd killed him, he shouts, "Gotcha, Charlie," from 168 Hargraves Avenue, Merridale. Smiling, he phones his best mate to tell him about the wallet and how he now knows exactly who'd hit him. "You should take it to the cops," says his mate. "And then what?" says the cyclist. "That bastard hit me and left me there to bleed to death. There were no witnesses, remember? It'd be my word against his." The cops can't do anything. There's no way of proving it was him in the wrong. So what are you going to do? Asks his mate. I'm going to, use what I know. Are you sure you want to do that? That could get messy. I still think you should go to the cops. Explain everything. I'm telling you that they wouldn't be able to do a thing. Listen, you told me once that you have some criminal acquaintances who don't mind doing the odd dirty job for a few dollars. Can you give me their number? I can, but just give me their number, okay? A few days later, the cyclist phones his mate. There's going to be something real interesting on TV tonight. Come over now and I'll shout you a couple of beers. It's almost 6 p.m. when they settle down in front of the TV, each with a beer in hand. So come on, what's this about? Asks his mate. I rang those acquaintances of yours. They organised a little overnight bonfire in the house of the bastard who hit me. It's bound to be on the local news. Indeed, the news opens with a story about the shocking house fire in Merrydale the previous night. Standing in front of what's left of the blackened house is a middle-aged male reporter holding a microphone beneath his chin. I have the distraught young owner here with me, he says. Last night she was working a late shift in the kitchen down at the Ibis. Charlie, can you tell us how you felt when you arrived home to find your house ablaze? The cyclist's face drains of colour. Oh, holy Jesus! No! No! What, says his mate? You've gone as pale as a ghost. What's going on? I thought Charlie was a man's name. That's the kind young woman who saved my life.